In the last class we discussed about the male reproductive system. Okay, all the parts which are connected with the male reproductive system we already discussed in the last class. Today we can discuss the each and every point. Okay, let us see. The vas deferens, a small tube like structure which is just arise from the tail region of a epididymis, that is a vas deferens. The vas deferens that ascends to the abdominal and loop over the urinary bladder. It forms a loop over the urinary bladder, means it connects with the excretory system, that is the urinary bladder, and it opens into the urethra where the urine passes. Means next point, where vas deferens have swelling, the glands are joined to it. Means before joining to the urethra, the vas deferens have the small swelling that is called as a ampulla. Okay. In the ampulla, the seminal vesicle glands are opens. The region where the swelling is present, at that region the another glands are attached, those are called as a seminal vesicle glands. It is very important. This is the first gland, seminal vesicle gland. Next, when a seminal vesicle opens into vas deferens, that part of a vas deferens is called as a ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct means where the sperm conducts into urethra through the vas deferens. That portion of vas deferens is called as a ejaculatory duct. It combined with the seminal vesicle. Okay, next. Then after the ejaculatory duct, it opens into a urethra, means it joined to urethra and it opens into the urethra. Next, when two ducts coming from the vas deferens, two ducts here, a seminal vesicle from two testes, mean two ducts. When two ducts are coming from the vas deferens, later part of conducts the urine and sperm or gametes. Sperms or the gametes both are same, urine and sperm. When the vas deferens attached with the urethra, later part, that is a portion, that is urethra, which conducts both the urine and the sperms or gametes. So it is called as a urinogenital duct. Urinogenital. Later words, the urethra is called as a urinogenital duct. Next, the connection of ejaculatory duct and urethra are not commonly visible. We already discussed that portion which is surrounded by a specialized gland, that is a prostate gland. Unless and until the prostate gland open, we cannot see any connection. Okay. The prostate gland which covers the connection of ejaculatory duct and a urethra. Next, the urinogenital duct. Urinogenital duct means a urethra which connected with the ejaculatory duct. The urinogenital duct passes through the highly muscular structure, and it towards the tip it has a slit like opening or small opening. Okay. A swollen structure means a urinogenital tract passes through the highly muscular structure, that is the penis. Remember this one, this is a male sex organ. That penis have the swollen structure at the lower surface. The penis is also called as the external genitalia. The penis have the swollen tip called as a glans penis. Next, and tip has a loose skin, means the glans penis is covered by the loose skin called as a foreskin. Okay, this part is highly sensitive for a vibration and touching. This part is very sensitive. Next point, the opening is called as a urinogenital opening. Okay, at the end of urethra which passes through the penis, it has a small slit like opening. That opening is called as a urinogenital opening. Okay, that opening is not in circular or oval shape, it is just like slit like opening. It is also called as a urethral meatus. At the base of the penis, a small pair of the glands are present. Those are called as Cowper's gland and also called as bulbourethral glands. Beneath the penis, we can see the small minute glands. Those are Cowper's gland or a bulbourethral gland. These are very important. Those Cowper's gland or a bulbourethral gland secretes a mucus, which secretes the mucus. That mucus helps in the lubrication. Remember this one? That mucus helps in lubrication, which is secreted by the Cowper's glands or a bulbourethral glands, which is rich in fructose, calcium and certain enzymes. That mucus which is rich in a fructose, calcium and certain enzymes. This is all about the structure of male reproductive system. Next, we have to discuss few important points of male accessory glands. We already know that the male accessory glands are seminal vesicle, prostate, Cowper's gland. Okay, let us study one by one. Here, the male accessory glands includes a pair of seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicles are usually present in a pair. Pair means two seminal vesicles are present for each vasa differentia. Okay. Then, a pair of bulbourethral gland or a Cowper's glands are present. The seminal vesicle and bulbourethral glands are present in a pair too. Next, a single prostate gland is present. Okay, at the connection of a ejaculatory duct and a urethra, which is protected by the gland called as a prostate gland. Unless and until prostate gland removed, we cannot see any connection between ejaculatory duct and a urethra. Okay. Next, first we can discuss about the seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle which is joined with the vasa differentia or vas deferens and it forms a ejaculatory duct. Okay. The seminal vesicle secretes the prostaglandins. That secretion, that prostaglandins, they activates the sperm. Remember one thing, the sperm production occurs in the seminiferous tubule, coiled part, and later it is stored in the epididymis. Then later, after epididymis, it is connected with the vasa differentia or vas deferens, then it combined with the seminal vesicle. The activation of sperm occurs in a seminal vesicle gland. Okay. Next, the seminal vesicle also helps in a contraction in a female reproductive system. It helps in the contraction during the mating or during the insemination. Okay. Next, we can discuss about the prostate gland. The prostate gland, which is just around the junction of ejaculatory duct and urethra, which secretes the bicarbonate ions, lipids and citric acids. The function of prostate gland, it provides the nutrition to the sperm. Remember the functions, seminal vesicle is necessary for activation of the sperm. Prostate gland which gives the nutrition to sperm, and also it protects the sperm from acidic pH of a female vagina. When the sperm transfer to female vagina, the vagina pH is acidic in nature, but sperm require the basic pH for its survival. That's why the prostate gland, which protects the sperm, means around the sperm it forms a basic pH nature. Okay. Next one. Last one, that is a corpus gland or a bulbourethral glands. These are present in a pairs. The secretion we already discussed. The secretion is the mucus. That mucus is also called as a seminal plasma. Remember this is very important. Okay. I will discuss later this point. The corpus gland which secretes the mucus, the function of this mucus which helps in the lubrication during copulation. Okay. When the mating or a insemination occurs, during that period it helps in the lubrication. Okay. Then usually the sperm which is present in the males, commonly we know that is a semen. Okay. Actually the meaning of semen is quite different. A semen means a secretion of all glands, all the constituents or components which is secreted by these three glands plus sperm is called as a semen. This is very important, remember this. That is why I use the word seminal plasma. Seminal plasma plus secretion of a prostate gland and a seminal vesicle, all the secretion plus sperm is called as a semen. This is very important. Semen means secretion of glands, all the glands plus the sperm is called as semen. This is all about the first topic, that is a male reproductive system. Okay. In this topic mainly the structure of male reproductive system is very important, diagram, and also structure of TS of testis is very important. 1 mark questions will come from this topic. Sertoli cells, what are germ cells, what are leading cells, what is the function of epididymis, what is the function of seminiferous tubules, like these questions will come. Then remember the diagram and practice it properly. We can discuss next topic, that is the female reproductive system.